Your life is determined on how you feel about yourself. Until you have very precise imagination about the way you want to live, about the way you want to feel, and how other people should treat you, until then, your life will go on without your willpower, without you having any influence on your life. It's just going to be the way it happens, and you will have no control over it. I've been thinking about what is going on in my life recently. Why same situations keep happening? Why men don't give me gifts? Why men don't treat me the way I want to be treated? Why this happening? And I realized it's not because of men. There is nothing wrong with men. It's just the way I was feeling about myself. I didn't feel like I was worthy of having a good man in my life, of having good, respectful relationship. Every time I met a loser, I gave them power. I gave them a time of a day. For example, if a man didn't pay for me at a restaurant, I would pick up my wallet and pay for both of us, because I was thinking how the man was feeling at that moment, and I was feeling sorry for a man. That's why I paid for both of us, to save him from this shameful situation. That's how my thinking process worked at that moment. Instead of paying for myself at that restaurant, get up and walking away, block that loser forever, instead of doing that, I did something opposite. It was my choice. It had nothing to do with men. And that's why that same situation, same lesson had happening to me over and over again, just to teach me it was not happening to me, it was happening for me. That lesson was for me to understand, okay, I was wrong. There is nothing wrong with men. I just picking up the man loser, and I didn't cut them off immediately. If I cut them off immediately, I would meet nice men after that. But it never happened because I didn't cut them off. I spent all my energy first with that losers, and then afterwards alone crying and reminiscing and recovering and healing and stuff like that. And recently, after meeting yet again another loser, something just clicked. Enough is enough. I was fed off of these situations happening over and over again, not to me, but for me, for my advantage. Finally, I realized that my mistake was not cutting them off immediately. And another situation happened recently with my neighbor. So, this elderly woman once was very disrespectful towards me. About half a year ago, she was screaming at me for no reason, and she was telling me what to do, where to walk my dogs. After that, we didn't speak. So recently, she approached me again, and I didn't give her a time of a day. I walked away. I didn't let her speak to me because I refused to be disrespected again, and I refused to give any attention to a wrong person, to a person who thought that she had power over me. No one can do that to me. And I walked away, and I was so proud of myself. It's been already some time, maybe a few weeks past, but I kept thinking about this, and this feeling of being proud, I tried to transfer to the situation with men. How I would be proud to walk away from a loser man. it would make me feel really above them. And it would make me feel that I respect myself first. And this is the most important. What do you think about yourself? What other people think about you is really irrelevant. What do you think about yourself is the most relevant in any situation. If you let this situation happen to you, it's because you let that person to treat you the way he wanted to treat you. So with this whole relationship thing, I realized I met wrong people, and my relationship was horrible because I didn't respect myself. I gave other people power and my time and my energy. So now I feel much stronger. I feel like I became wiser. And I feel that now, from now on, I will meet only good people. There are many good people. There are good men. There are good women in this world. And the reason I met losers and abusers, it only because of me, because of the way I felt about myself. And right now, I feel very excited about everything. I wake up every day feeling empowered, feeling that I have control over my life. No one else does, only me. I'm trying to focus on building respect. I trying to focus on praising myself because I didn't get praised enough during my childhood. That I was missing, and that I was looking for to find in another people, that someone would praise me, someone would notice me, someone would tell me good things and make me feel good about myself. Now I don't need that anymore. I can do it for myself. And also fear. Fear can be used for you or against you. If you feared of something, it may destroy your life, it may make you sick, it may make you get different diseases even. But if you overcome fear, you become strong, mentally strong. And after you become mentally strong, you become physically strong. Everything goes hand to hand. And my fear was when I was watching these horrible stories about my country and men, what were happening to these men in my country. And I got so scared that it happened to me. I was kidnapped eventually. And after going through all that events, like in a horror movie, I lost all my fear. I'm proud of myself, the way I handled myself, the way I demanded respect, and the way that respect was handed to me. It gave me power and it gave me authority to speak about fear, because now I know what fear is and how, by thinking negative thoughts, you can attract negative events to your life, events that would never had happened to you if you wouldn't think that way. Negative thoughts attract negative life, and positive thoughts, on the other hand, attract positive life, life full of fulfillment, creativity, energy. And about depression, the thing that I recently realized, why I've been depressed for decades, guys, for decades, not a year, not 2 years, not 5 years, decades, almost 2 decades, I was miserable and depressed only because I was focusing on that feeling of loneliness, feeling of defeat, feeling of worthless, without purpose, without any goal in my life, without any enjoyment. I lived in most beautiful city in the world, New York City, and I was so miserable that I even didn't want to leave my home to go to a museum, to go for a walk to a park, to go to a beach, to watch the ocean waves. I didn't want to travel. I had money. I had opportunity to travel and I didn't want to because of my depression, because how I felt inside. I lost all those beautiful young years of being depressed, being miserable, and isolated from people. And only if I knew at that time that by switching my thinking and my focus to positive things, I would change my life in an instant, I would have lived so much different life. But that lesson is really powerful. Now I have this knowledge and I can share this with you so you wouldn't spend years and decades of being depressed and isolated. Just the way you focus on being depressed and isolated, switch your focus on being around people, happy, joyful, enjoying this life, having purpose, create your hobbies, travel, meet new people, explore new cultures. It's easy. It's easy. You can snap your fingers and just switch your focus from being depressed to being full of joy and give other people blessings, give other people happiness. When you feel happy inside, everything around you changes. And you can consciously switch how you feel inside. It's your inner work. Every day you wake up, you have a small window when your mind is kind of sleepy, you're not fully awake. It's how you start your day. Don't start your day just grabbing your phone, check your messages, your emails, your social media. Don't do that. Instead, use these moments, precious moments, to motivate yourself for the day ahead. Motivate yourself to feel happy, joyful, empowered, healthy. Create your day from the beginning, your mood. That's how you start your day. The same way you live throughout your day. Focus. You have to consciously focus all the time on being happy, on being joyful, even if you don't feel like it. Also, at the end of the day, same thing. Before you go to sleep, before you go to bed, don't scroll on social media, don't listen to any music, don't distract yourself. Instead, again, focus on yourself and how you want to continue with your life next day. Plan ahead, schedule, and your life will change. My life for the past half a year already has changed tremendously. I got determination to travel, to explore new places, and I already traveled 3 times to Spain. I love Spain. I'm fascinated by their language, by their people, by their culture, beautiful weather, scenery, landscape, ocean. I love everything about Spain. And I already, for the past half a year, I traveled 3 times. And I'm planning to travel again next week. Before that, I was miserable. I didn't travel. I didn't travel, even though I had an ability to travel. I had financial resources, but I was sitting at home. It was my conscious choice to sit at home, being miserable, calling my coaches and psychiatrists and complaining. I constantly complained about how I felt, And I remember the word that I kept saying, isolated. I told my coaches and psychologists how I felt isolated and lonely, and that I don't want to come back home and feel lonely again. That's why I try to stay out for the most of the day, and then I come back home and I feel miserable. I remember clearly these words I was saying over and over again. I was focusing and reinforcing this feeling of loneliness and misery and depression. And then when I got fed up with this misery, and when I decided to travel, even though I didn't feel like I wanted to travel, but I pushed myself to travel. Oh my gosh, I enjoyed it so much. Everything switched. I met new people. I created new feeling inside of joy, of seeing a new picture around me, of going to new restaurants, trying new spa places. Now I'm very excited because I scheduled again new traveling, and it will be amazing. I already picturing myself driving around and exploring new places. The same way you can do changes in your life, start today. Start consciously changing the way you feel, and focus consciously focus on positive thing instead of negative thing. Start proclaiming and repeating good words. Praise yourself. Even if you don't see changes at first, don't panic and don't rush things, because everything takes time. It doesn't happen in a moment, in a second, in a day, in a month. It may take a year or two, but you will see how your life will change and you can accomplish everything you set your sight and your goals into. You will accomplish everything and you will become more and more creative. Every time you do things step by step, you will see that more ideas will come to your head, and you will do one step and the universe will do one more step towards you. If you smile to universe people will smile back to you. If you treat people nicely with respect, they will treat you nicely and with respect. And if someone only tries to disrespect you, you cut them off immediately. You walk away, and you will see they will never ever cross your path again. Once you determine to cut off all your ex abusers, once you delete all their messages, their links to their social media, their pictures, you will see that you will make a room for a new people in your life, great people who will respect you and treat you kindly, who will treat you like a queen or king that you deserve. That's it for today. I hope that you got inspired and really go and implement the changes in your life, and tell me in the comments below about what you're struggling with right now and how you can switch your focus from negative to positive. I wish you to have a blessed, amazing day, and stay strong no matter what. Everything that happened not to you, but happened for you. Use it and you will live fulfilled, beautiful, happy life.